You replaced the downstream oxygen sensor to clear a P0420 code, but the check engine light came right back on after 50 miles. This is not a defective part, it is a defective diagnosis. The light returned because the sensor was never the problem. You fell for the single most common trap in OBD2 diagnostics, confusing the messenger with the bad news it is delivering. The new sensor is working exactly as it should, and that is precisely why the light is back on. Let's look at what the powertrain control module, or a PCM, is actually seeing. The P0420 code stands for Catalyst System Efficiency Below Threshold. It is strictly a performance code, not a circuit code. If your downstream sensor had actually failed, if the heater wire snapped or the signal wire grounded out, the computer would flag a circuit fault like P0037 or a no-activity code like P0136. When you see P0420, the computer is telling you that the chemistry inside your exhaust system has stopped working. It is not saying the part reading the chemistry is broken. It is saying the air quality is bad. To understand why swapping the sensor was a waste of money, you have to visualize the environment inside that hot steel pipe. Your catalytic converter is a ceramic honeycomb structure lined with a chemical washcoat. This washcoat is packed with precious metals like platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Its job is to act like an oxygen sponge. It stores extra oxygen when the engine runs lean, and releases it to burn off pollutants when the engine runs rich. The car tests this storage capacity by comparing data from two sensors. The upstream sensor, located before the converter, measures the raw, dirty exhaust coming out of the combustion chamber. On a scan tool graph, this sensor's voltage should bounce rapidly up and down, oscillating between 0.1 volts and 0.9 volts as the engine manages the fuel mix. That rapid switching is the heartbeat of a running engine. The downstream sensor sits after the converter to check the teacher's work. If the converter is healthy, that washcoat is smoothing out the oxygen levels. Consequently, the downstream sensor should report a steady, boring line. It should hold a relatively flat voltage around 0.6 to 0.7 volts. That flat line proves the converter is consuming the oxygen pulses to clean the air. However, if you hook up a scanner right now, you will see why the code returned. Your downstream sensor is likely jumping up and down, mimicking the upstream sensor almost perfectly. This is called sensor switching. When the rear sensor switches at the same rate as the front sensor, it confirms the converter is effectively empty. The washcoat can no longer hold oxygen, so the dirty air passes straight through unchanged. The sensor is accurately reporting a failed catalytic converter. Before you spend hundreds on a new converter, perform 3 physical checks to rule out external variables. First, lift the vehicle and check for exhaust leaks near the converter or the sensor boss. A rusted flex pipe or a loose gasket can suck in fresh oxygen. This false air fools the sensor into reading lean, triggering the code even if the converter is fine. Second, perform the rattle test. With the exhaust cool, hit the catalytic converter body with a rubber mallet. If you hear a rattle inside like rocks shaking in a tin can, the internal ceramic brick has physically shattered or melted. No sensor in the world can fix broken ceramic. Third, use an infrared temperature gun. Run the engine at 2,000 RPM until it is fully hot. Measure the pipe temperature right before the converter and right after it. A working converter creates heat through chemical reactions. The outlet pipe should be at least 20 to 50 degrees hotter than the inlet pipe. If the temperatures are identical, the chemical reaction is dead. If the pipes are sealed, the brick is solid, and the temps are even, you must accept the reality. You need a new catalytic converter. Be careful here. Cheap, universal aftermarket converters often use a very thin washcoat. They might turn the light off for a few months, but they often fail again quickly because they lack the density of precious metals required by OEM standards. You are better off buying a high-quality unit once than a cheap one twice. Stop blaming the sensor for telling you the truth. Check your live data, verify the failure, and fix the filter.